Hi everyone, I'm Nick Chia from Marketing Summarized. So, if you're a hypnotherapist or a coach or a therapist and you're serious about turning your craft into a real business, you've come to the right place.
Yeah, welcome to the Marketing Samurais. We're two marketers who've been building businesses together for over about 5 years now. And we work with everyone from solopreneurs, solo hypnotherapists to global educational brands, hey?
Yes, we have. And you know what? Here's the thing. Most of the hypnotherapists we've met are incredible at their work. They do great sessions and they bring so much change and transformation to their clients. But when it comes to getting clients for themselves, they're kind of stuck.
That's right. Stuck on word of mouth, stuck on Instagram, stuck on guessing. This episode is your reset button. We've laid down 5 serious marketing practices every practitioner needs to actually grow.
Yes. Well, the first one is about why word of mouth isn't actually a strategy. It's more a side effect.
Yeah, why isn't it?
Well, let's start by laying down the groundwork, shall we?
Yeah, sure.
Now, Crom, why do you reckon hypnotherapists are so attached to word of mouth as a primary way to get their clients?
Because it feels familiar. It feels safe. They trust it because it's coming from someone they already help, right? Plus, there's a bit of an ego booster. Hey, imagine this, if getting referrals, if one gets referrals, right? You would probably think I must be good. But here's the issue. There's no guarantee how many referrals you'll get every month, any given month.
Right. That's right. It's like you're sitting around waiting for the phone to ring. Well, if word of mouth is so comfortable, why do you think it becomes a trap for so many practitioners and they don't explore other options?
Because it's a mistake, to be honest. Because word of mouth is not a strategy, right? A strategy implies that you can get a predictable outcome, something that you can measure, something you can tweak, and something you can improve. Word of mouth doesn't offer that. It's more like a luck-based marketing. Hey, some months you'll be fully booked on that case, and the other months you'll be wondering if you should, I don't know, run a sale or something, or even pray harder.
Exactly. Well, it's more than just unpredictability. There's also the issue of limited reach.
Yes, that's
tapping
right.
into your existing client circles.
That's right.
You want to help more people, you have to cast a wider net.
That's it. And this is the thing. When you're starting out, how many people do you have, right? And one of the biggest pitfalls is that there's no control how many people describe your services, right?
Mm-hmm.
A client might refer someone, but one can only mention, yeah, he's great at helping, quitting smoking, for example. But when you actually do more, right, it boxes you in.
That's right. I've heard that one so often.
Yeah.
Oh, do you do hypnotherapy for anxiety? I thought you only did weight loss and so on. So, Crom, how do you start shifting that mindset from seeing word of mouth as the be-all and end-all to recognizing this just a side effect of doing great work? It's nothing more than that.
It is. First, you have to embrace that real marketing isn't about begging for clients. That's a tough one. And seriously, if you're a good practitioner, you're a good hypnotherapist, why do you need to beg for clients? It's about building a structure, a funnel, an engine, call it whatever you will, right? This funnel and engine that we're trying to describe can continue to guide the right people to you. Word of mouth then becomes like a bonus, right? It's not your foundation.
Yep. That leads us nicely into the rest of this episode, actually, where we'll introduce the core pillars of that marketing structure. So let's dive straight into SEO.
Yeah.
Let's start with the big picture.
Yeah.
Why is SEO so crucial for a hypnotherapist who's trying to scale beyond just local referrals?
Okay, firstly, SEO means search engine optimization. SEO. Okay. So SEO is like owning real estate in a prime location. If you're on the first page of Google, if you're in a good position in Google, you're in the neighborhood, in a good neighborhood that everybody checks out. It's a huge credibility bump, and it generates leads even when you're not actually actively marketing, which means you're actively advertising.
Okay, let's talk about the building blocks. What's the difference between on-page and off-page optimization for someone who's never heard of these terms before? Can you help?
Most human beings on this planet has never heard of those terms. Okay, let's start this. On page is everything you do on the website. So that's you're optimizing your website using the right keywords, having good content, fast loading speeds, and clear site structure. Even that has an art form, right? And off-page SEO is about what happens away from your site. Are there reputable sites linking to you? Social proof, online citations, like all these good things. So, Google sees those as votes of confidence in your authority.
Well, people often ask, do I really need a blog for SEO? How would you respond to that?
How about this? If you're a hypnotherapist, your prospective clients have tons of questions about how hypnotherapy works, what it can actually help with, and what sessions feel like. Blogging or writing articles help you address those questions. Google sees that relevant content and starts directing searches to you.
Okay, so for a total SEO newbie, what's the single best thing they can do today to move the needle?
Call us at Marketing Samurais. Seriously, guys, you know your craft, we know our craft, and we're very good at what we do. But if you really want to have a crack at this one, set up or update your Google business profile with accurate information, location, hours, specialties, because local SEO is where you often get your quick wins. Then make sure your website has your core keyword like hypnotherapy in the city, for example. For example, if you're in Sydney, it'll be hypnotherapy in Sydney. If you are in Melbourne, it'll be hypnotherapy in Melbourne, right? Or if you are in Brisbane, hypnotherapy in Brisbane, in the right places. So yeah, so you'll see those in titles, in the headers, and also in the content.
Right. So that's pretty much SEO in a nutshell, isn't it?
Yeah, there it is.
Here where your ideal client is already looking, and let Google do the heavy lifting for you, even while you're asleep.
Yeah, that's right. Just imagine, guys, when you're trying to shop for anything, shoes, medicine, restaurants, the first place you go to really is Google, right? So your prospective clients also would do that. They have anxiety. They're trying to fix it, right? And because they're trying to fix it, they're going to look for solutions. One of the solutions is hypnotherapy, right? And that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to appear when they are actually searching.
Correct. And it actually does often happen while you're asleep. Because
yes, indeed.
With anxiety, still they're looking for solutions on the phone.
Specifically Sunday night.
Thanks, Crom.
Yeah.
So we've got SEO covered there, but let's shift our focus to maybe social media next.
Yeah.
Crom, a lot of therapists, that we know will either spam motivational quotes or never post at all on Facebook and other social media accounts. Why is it so hard for them to strike a balance?
That's a good question. I think many hypnotherapists still feel that they have to be inspirational all the time, 24/7. So they default to quotes and memes. After all, that's how they got started, right? The problem is that doesn't necessarily communicate your professional service or how someone can book you.
Right. It's like they're offering a Hallmark card feed instead of a real conversation.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, what kind of content does get people to get up and take action?
Stories. We are, as human beings, we are default. That's our default way of learning, stories. And second to that is after your stories, be specific. For example, I work with a client who was anxious about public speaking. Here's one technique we used, and here's the outcome.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I'll repeat that again, right? So saying things like this, I work with a client who was anxious about public speaking. So this particular hypnotherapist said that, which is the I think the biggest fear in society now. And after saying that the client was anxious about public speaking, here's one technique we use. So one of many techniques, in fact, and here's the outcome. So problem, solution, outcome.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you got to respect the confidentiality, right? But yeah, but that level of detail shows people how you actually help.
That's so true. So another question I get all the time is, do I need to be on every platform? You know, there's Facebook, there's TikTok, there's LinkedIn, there's so many to choose from, right?
Yeah.
So what's your take on focusing on one or two versus trying to be everywhere?
That's it. Firstly, let's break that down. What is everywhere? Right?
Mhm.
I'm a big believer in going where the clients are, right? If every client is in Facebook, go to Facebook. If you serve an older demographic, maybe Facebook is enough.
Mhm.
Facebook also is 18 to 65. You know, my niece is there and she's 18.
Mhm.
And my mom is there and she's 80, right? So if you're targeting a younger professionals, go to LinkedIn or Instagram. Might be better. But having said that, quality over quantity. And I just want to add one more thing over quality over quantity, because in a way that's kind of a cliche, right?
Mhm.
Quality and consistency.
Mhm.
Yeah, always.
Mhm. Yep. And for someone who's camera shy, what's a simple social media strategy that can still generate leads without having them to be in front of the camera all the time?
You can share static posts with personal insights. So that those are static posts, they're images, they're pretty much faceless. Or if you're really keen, do it in one go. You know, take a lot of photos of you, take a lot of photos of you doing your thing, right?
Mhm.
And now you just use them as static posts. And they're short written stories or even client testimonials will actually help. Add something that is compelling.
Mhm.
So your graphics, and definitely use your captions to invite people to reach out.
Exactly. Well, social doesn't have to be a Hollywood production.
No, it doesn't have to be Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones level.
You're just going to make it too hard for yourself, and then it's never going to happen.
That's it. It's
Waste
almost
a lot
like,
of effort.
that's right. It's almost the unconscious mind will self-sabotage you by making it perfect and hard so you don't do it, right?
Yeah.
You're a hypnotherapist, you know how it works. And that also happens with your marketing.
Correct. So you don't have to go all out. It just has to be good enough and to get your face out there. It's basically a way to build rapport before someone books with you. You have to
Yeah.
keep it real, keep it relevant, and as Crom said before, keep it consistent.
Yeah, I just want to add one thing here before you jump to the next point. We are living in the age of AI, right? So what happened now is AI had made posting, creating content so easy.
Yes.
But guess what it also did, right? It saturated the market, right? And guess what? The marketplace, us humans are thriving for, and we develop a keen sense of an eye for. We can spot AI from a mile, right? So having said that, it has to be genuine. You mentioned that keeping it real. I want to go to the next level on that one. Keep it genuine. Make sure it's you that you are promoting or marketing out there. Okay, let's go to number 4. Google Ads. Fast track, ready to book clients.
Okay. Well, if SEO is the slow burn.
And yes, I want to jump in. SEO takes 6 to 12 months to kick in. It's a long game. It's a long game, right?
Yes. So if SEO is the long, slow burn, long game,
yeah,
Google Ads is how you fast track your way to get new clients.
That's it.
Crom, why do you think so many practitioners try Google Ads once, typically lose money, and then give up?
Yeah, that I shouldn't laugh at this. You know, when people say, "Oh, I tried running, but I wasn't fast enough," right? Or imagine a toddler giving up on walking because it was too hard, right? So that's a mistake that people actually do, because most people that has done Google Ads, especially the therapists, right? Most likely they did it themselves, right? Because they jumped without a strategy.
Mm-hmm.
They pick broad keywords, they're vague, they're trying to be inspirational, as like best hypnotherapy in town, for example. It sent people to their website, but guess what? The homepage doesn't match it. And to me, it's like, okay, you got my attention. And then when you see the details or the website, it's crap.
Yep, that's one point there. So someone sees an advertisement for anxiety, they click on it and they end up on your homepage.
Yeah.
A page that specifically is about anxiety, which is what they wanted to find information for.
That's it. I remember there was an old ads in the 80s and 90s where the headline says sex, right? It got the attention. And then you read it, it says, now that I've got your attention, it starts talking, cheeky. Right? It's cheeky, but it also deceitful, right? Mm-hmm. If you do that today in the internet AI age, where social media, creator economy, and AI rules the internet, right? And everyone's trying to catch on to it, they'll bounce. By the way, guys, if you haven't heard of this term, bounce means is when they go to the website and they think they were just got conned, that's not relevant to them, or they just got, deceived, they will jump out. That's recorded, right? That the bounce rate is high on that one. So that's bad.
Yep. Well, that is essentially a wasted click.
That's it.
Money wasted.
That's it. It's pay per click, remember?
That's right.
You pay.
So it's wasted money.
That's it.
So in your experience, what are the top 3 things a hypnotherapist must do to make Google Ads profitable for them?
You got to nail your keyword strategy, right? And a good one, right? Not just something you downloaded from, I don't know, a free tool. Be super specific about what you treat. Create matching landing pages. The pages, right? The pages should directly address the issue mentioned in the ad, right? As soon as they land on your landing page or your website, that's the elaboration of the ad. So track everything. Use Google Analytics, or I know some people have booking softwares, but just use Google Analytics to see which clicks turn into clients.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Well, that makes a lot of sense. Let's talk about retargeting for a second. Is that something a solo hypnotherapist should also consider doing?
Yes and no. Okay. I'll say the yes part, right? If retargeting is a low cost way to to stay on someone's radar, really. But retargeting really works on Samsung phones only. You know, it doesn't work on iPhones. iOS 14 and 15 killed that back in, I think, 2017, maybe 2018 as well, when that started happening.
Changes to their privacy.
Yeah, with the privacy. So that's yes, if it's a Galaxy or one of those Google phones, and it works. But no, if most of your clients are in iPhones, and how do you know that? Go to Google Analytics and you'll see that. And so let's just pretend that everyone's a Galaxy. They have a Galaxy phone, right? So retargeting is a low-cost way to stay on someone's radar. If they visited your site but didn't book, they'll start seeing your follow-up or your ads everywhere on the web, as long as they stay in Google, right? Which can gently nudge them. And I just want to add to it, Google is also YouTube. Remember that? And Gmail.
That's right. It's the same group.
Yeah.
So what about for someone with a small budget, say only $200 a month to spend? Is Google Ads still a viable option for them?
No. Pure and simple, no. It won't. It won't. Let's say you focus on one niche keyword with low competition, you can still probably get some optics on it, right? Some optics on it. However, if you want to get leads, forget about it. I'm telling you right now, don't waste your money. Yeah.
I think you need to spend a bit more than that. And
yes.
Even if it's a bit more than that, we're talking $600 to $1,000 a month, right?
A month minimum.
And
right?
Even with that, you are still focusing on niche keywords. You have to be smart about how you spend that $1,000.
That's it.
You know, early on, you spoke about chasing broad keywords and so on. If you did that, your $1,000 would disappear in flash.
That's it.
Take you very far.
Yeah, broad terms or so there's three types really: exact, phrase match, and broad match. $200 will get you some form of visibility, but it will be only, I would say, it's pretty much vanity metrics. Yeah, vanity metrics, not matrix. Vanity metrics. It looks good, but where's your ROI? What did you get out of it? You look pretty, you look great, but that's it.
That's it. No one's going to click and make an inquiry from that because they haven't had a chance to see your ad enough times in the right places at the right time.
That's it.
The action you want them to take.
Yeah.
Perfect. So Google Ads isn't a magic bullet, but when used properly, it can quickly fill your calendar with high intent clients. So that's the keyword, high intent clients. So, you know, what does that mean? For example, if you advertise on Facebook, potential clients and lots of other people are seeing your ads whether they want to or not, because it just appears in the feed. They might not be ready to talk to you or look for your services. But when someone is ready to talk to you, they often do a search for you on Google Ads. So intent to talk to you is already there. So that's why Google Ads tends to bring you high intent clients. They're ready to talk to you.
That's it.
So let's talk about funnels and automation next. I know a lot of therapists hear funnel and they think it's some sleazy sales tactic. How can we reframe that for them?
Yeah, this is the thing. It sounds sleazy because it's an actual marketing term where you funnel all your resources, attention into something more pointy, right? So think about it as a structured conversation, right? Rather than throwing random info at someone, you're guiding them through a sequence. Some logical, but it's a sequence nonetheless, right? First, you need to educate them on how you can help them, right? Then address common concerns. Then show them the path really to booking you,
Mhm. Exactly. If you're the type of person who's always saying, I wish people got what I do, well, a funnel is your chance to help them get it.
That's
Break
it.
it down.
Yeah.
Let's break it down for them. What's a simple funnel setup for a hypnotherapist?
Yeah. Lead magnet.
Mhm.
Yeah. A lead magnet is a PDF or a short video covering 5 quick ways or 5 easy ways to alleviate anxiety. Something that for a person that has never heard of hypnotherapist can understand. And then opt-in page, a simple page collecting their name and email address. And then email sequence. Over a week, they receive emails about who you are, how you work, client stories, FAQs, and invite them for a book call, right?
Yeah, that's the most important thing. You want them to call you.
Correct.
Making a point.
Yeah. So that actually kind of works, right? So and the core offer has to be there. A single session with you and
Or a package.
or a package. But the whole point of it is they need to talk to you. You need to be on the phone. And yes, there's a lot of ways that they can do that. And a lot of new therapists, maybe the younger ones as well, would love it if they can just get a booking.
What?
No, that doesn't work.
No.
No, that doesn't work. Maybe when you're famous, but not yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So an effective funnel doesn't have to be a 20 email conversation where you're constantly hounding your potential client until they make that call and book you in. It doesn't.
That's it. This is the thing, bro. I actually disagree with email marketing now, right? It works on e-commerce, but it doesn't work on nurturing someone, right? And let alone bombarding them with an email every day, right? So this is what you can do, it does wonders. So come up with 3 to 5 well-written emails. Each email serves a purpose. One might break down the myths, the other one tackle the testimonials, and the other we'll do an intro session, right? And keep it direct and helpful. I mean, that's really basic, direct and helpful.
But what about automation? Do you recommend any particular tools or just some general advice you can share with our viewers?
There's a lot of them. The other one is MailChimp, for example. As long as it has a good reputation. I usually do not tap on the new ones until they build up that they can actually perform. So MailChimp is there, HubSpot is there, ActiveCampaign is there, ConvertKit is there, right? The point is to set it up once and let it run. Then you can always tweak it and base it on real world feedback, really. I just want to add one more thing on this one. Like I said, I'm no longer a believer of email marketing. Email marketing was the first digital marketing, really. All you needed to have is 15,000 or 20,000 email addresses, and you smashed them, right? Seth Godin, I think, invented that. Before email is getting mail, right? Then he turned it into a marketing tool. Before SEO, before social, before PPC, before AI came in, right? But I'm just giving you a heads up, right? People are saying that email marketing is the way to go. You'll hear HubSpot, putting that golden carrot in front of you. Guys, it has changed. It has changed, right? It doesn't work as well anymore. The only time most people, includes me, I don't know about you, Nick, but the only time I really open an email now, if somebody offers me a 70% off on something I wanted to buy for ages, right? So, but not...
They're the kind of emails I open.
That's the kind of email that I would offer, yeah.
So, with emails and everything else, again, back to the keyword Crom used earlier, be consistent. Be consistent in the tonality.
That's it.
The message, be consistent with how often you do it, and it has to be a good frequency, right? Can be
Yeah.
too often, can be too scarce. That you
Yeah. And
business.
I just want to add to you before we jump on this funnel, talk about funnel. So if you need to do an email once a month, it's like a newsletter, right? And a lot of people, including entrepreneurs, business owners, even CEOs, right? Even therapists, hypnotherapists, and coaches, they delay this process and they say, okay, when I hit 10,000 email list, then I'll start doing my email, my newsletter.
Yeah.
Start on your first email.
Mm-hmm.
You know why? Because even that is a learning curve.
That's right. You're going to make mistakes.
You're going to make mistakes.
Sample size first.
That's it. It's better to practice on 1 or 2 or even 10 people, right? Mm-hmm. Than start stuffing up when you have 10,000 email recipients.
The important thing is to do it so that you're not starting every month with zero momentum.
That's it.
Funnel is always warming up new leads for you.
That's it. That's it. And there you go. So your funnel is always warming up leads, right? Mm-hmm. And the new leads will come, right? And it's having like a virtual assistant who handles the intro chat for you, really. Mm-hmm. Then by the time they jump on a discovery call with you, perhaps they're more warm. Mm-hmm. At least they're more familiar with you, yep. Right? And they will really give you a really good go. Yeah, I think they're more convinced now that you can help them.
Correct. It's a warmer lead. You always want to work with warm leads as opposed to ice cold leads.
Nah, yeah, exactly. That's why I don't think hypnotherapists can ever cold call anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
And people hate to be cold called.
No, man. I don't pick up a number unless it's saved. That's 2025. Maybe in 2005, right? You would have done that, but not anymore 20 years later.
That's right.
So what's coming next? Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, this brings us to the end of this first episode.
Yes.
It's been fun, but should we let the people know what to expect in the next episode?
That's it. So we're going to do a deep dive in the next video. And we're going to be doing this the real strategy over, I guess, word of mouth. We're going to be doing SEO, social, and Google Ads and funnels. Mm-hmm. That will free you, right? We're going to go a bit more of a inside the rabbit hole in this one, right? We're going to go more detail on the next few videos.
Well, don't worry if you're feeling completely overwhelmed. That's pretty normal when you first enter the world of digital marketing. Each of these pillars can be learned incrementally. You don't have to be a tech wizard overnight. Just make a decision to stop relying solely on luck and word of mouth.
Yeah, absolutely there, right, mate? Because you didn't do all the training, all the mastery, all these formalities and all these transformatives and all these techniques and hold space for deep change just to wait around for random referrals. I mean, let me just break it down for you guys. You're in the job of helping people, right? The same way that digital marketing will help your business. The slow-moving, hopeful way of helping of your clients, hoping that they will treat themselves won't work, right? Similarly, marketing is the techniques. We know the techniques. We know it so well, right? So just waiting around to get referrals, I don't know about you, Nick, but that's not a good way to run a business in a practice.
No. Look, you're a professional hypnotherapist. The key is professional. You're a leader. Be like one, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Let's build your business like one. Don't build your business from ego, but from service and strategy.
That's it.
People who need your help can actually find you when they need you most.
That's it. The next steps are simpler than you think, actually. Claim your online presence, as in, that's yours, take it, right? Mm-hmm. And structure your offers. Create a funnel and keep refining it. It's about progress, not perfection. Just get started.
That's right. So, if you've enjoyed watching this episode, please subscribe, leave a review, or share with a friend who's also in the referral-only trap. Let's all help them out together.
And that's it. I will see you next week with more actionable tips. This is the Marketing Samurais signing off. Once again, this is Crom.
And this is Nick.
Let's build something real and something that lasts. Bye for now.
Thanks for watching.